Hey everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. You know what today is? Today is day 3 of the 25 days of Christmas. Not Halloween, but Christmas. So day 3. I'm doing 25 days of Christmas. I'm doing 25 movies in 25 days that are all Christmas related in some way or another. Let's put it that way. And on day 3, I pulled out another classic from the 40s, and that is It's a Wonderful Life. With James Stewart, Donna Reed, and of course Lionel Barrymore as Mr. Potter, the meanest man in Bedford Falls. I've loved this movie forever. It's kind of funny when you hear the history of this movie. When it came out in the 40s in the theaters, it didn't do too well. No one was looking for a sentimental type of movie, I guess. This is my guess. I'm not 100% sure, but for some reason when it came out, the James Stewart movie just didn't pull in the crowd. It didn't do well at the box office. It didn't fail, like some movies fail nowadays, but it just didn't pull in the receipts that they wanted to. And then about 10, 15 years later, somewhere along the line between the 40s and the 60s, it fell into public domain. So it's like Night of the Living Dead. Anyone can show this movie on TV without paying a price for it. You don't have to give up any money to show it. So it fell into public domain, and local broadcast stations like NBC, CBS, ABC started showing it yearly. And it grew a cult following. Well, when I came along in the 70s, it was always on every year, at least twice a year, around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And I just remember growing up watching this movie thinking it's one of the coolest movies ever because of the story. Sad thing is that no one made any money off this movie. Again, it fell into public domain, so if you find a copy of the movie and you press a disc or made a videotape, or at the time, VHS, you made money that way. But the producers, Frank Capra, who made Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and all those other small-town Norman Rockwell classic movies, really made no money off this movie. I mean, it's kind of sad. But the story is, we have James Stewart playing George Bailey, who wants to get out of this rinky-dink little town because he feels like it's holding him back from touring the world and, building bridges and discovering things. He wants to be an adventurer. From the time he's just a kid, he's always dreamed of like going to Paris and Egypt and Cairo and, just all these places, and he wants to build skyscrapers and bridges and like I said, and when he's a kid, him and his buddies and his brother are all they're taking the snow shovels and they're riding them down this slippery ice. His brother goes into the water. He jumps in the water to save his brother because some of the ice broke. He loses hearing in one of his ears, saving his brother, and basically his brother lives. You fast forward like 20 years later, or I don't know, probably more like 15. And he's still itching at the bone to get out of this rinky-dink little town. His father owns savings and loans, the Bailey Savings and Loans, which loans money out to some people and builds houses, affordable houses for people. It's all very, made in the 1940s, but it's all very current. It's the thing about this movie. It stays current no matter what day and age you're in. He wishes, somewhere in the line, he wishes he'd never been born, and an angel comes down and shows him what his life would have been like without him around. And he actually interwove with a lot of lives in his, in his situation to where he made a difference. And that's what the movie is all about. It's got this very sentimental like I said, small town, Norman Rockwell, sentimental feeling type movie. And it's day three's movie. I love this movie. Again, it's not my favorite. I've already said a few times what my favorite is, but it's one of my favorites. My all-time favorite is Miracle on 34th Street with Natalie Wood. There, I said it again. But, yeah, so that's day 3 of the 25 days of Christmas. Stay tuned to find out what's next. Always like, subscribe, share, and comment. With that, of course, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.